finalists in the floor competition for women at the Szombathely World Challenge Cup. The top performer in the preliminary round, Sweden's Tonja Paulsson, looking to make it 2 gold medals in a row in what has been a very successful weekend of competition for her. Her score was 13.2 in the preliminary round, the second best, 12.85. That's Carina Kroll, who will be the penultimate gymnast to go. Yet again, it was all about brilliant execution from Paulsson. The finalists in the men's parallel bars competition, and the top qualifier, Great Britain's Jonas Rushworth, with a score of 14.15. He is a product of Leeds Gymnastics Club, the same place that Luke Whitehouse and Harry Hepworth train. Hungary, represented by Greta Moya in this final. She'll be the last to go in the first half. The split warm-up format was introduced a few seasons ago in FIG World Cup competition, just to give the gymnasts a little acclimatisation time with the apparatus. Yes, they have the training gym, but it's important when they get out there, they just have a moment to make contact with the apparatus.
A melegítési idő letelt, the warm-up time is over. We'll start on the floor. Talajjal kezdünk. Az első versenyző, first on the floor, Mila Prpic, Horvátország.
Mila Prpic of Croatia, who's had a really important weekend, making both finals today. She won silver at the Junior Balkan Championships last year on floor. She did well after that problematic second tumbling pass, Mila Prpic, to get back on track. Qualification score was 12.45, the 6th best. Let's have a look back at some of the work from this 16-year-old, new to the senior international circuit.
Itt egy nyújtott testű szaltó, 2,5 csavarra előre szaltót láthattunk tőle.
Coming out of the pike position, not fully rotated, and a fair way away from making that landing. Otherwise, some good stability shown, some decent tumbling work.
És már is a korlátot figyelhetjük. First on the parallel bars.
Iceland and based in Reykjavik, August Ingi Davidsson. He's competed at the European Championships, the Northern European Championships, yet to make his World Championship debut. But very significant that he's made his first World Cup finals this weekend. His routine in qualification was the lowest in difficulty, but beautifully performed. Diamidov. This is a gymnast well in control. Oh, nearly held that dismount, but couldn't do so. And it was hard to see that coming, to be honest, because actually the interior of the routine was delightful to watch. His only way of realistically being in medal contention was to have supreme execution. And regrettably, he's unlikely to feature unless it's a very peculiar final. Wasn't it nice to watch, though, up until that point? Just good fundamental gymnastics, well performed, good straight lines. And he's a little off axis, that's all, as he comes down to earth. 11.4 for Mila Prpic, down by about a mark from qualification. 1.05 the drop. Huge congratulations to 16-year-old Keisha Lockert from Norway, who last month won her first senior all-around national title over a mark higher than the second-place gymnast. If you want to see what winning things does to your confidence, look at Keisha Lockert. Really exciting display that from the 16-year-old from the southeast of Norway, from Kongsvinger municipality, right on the Swedish border. She also, 2 weeks ago, won team and balance beam silver at the Northern European Championships in Dublin. She's really having one of those strong breakout senior years. Really good opening work to set her up for the rest of the routine. Nice, commanding choreography. It really was a performance. Difficulty-wise, it is expected to be among the lower scoring ones, but in terms of its quality of performance and its clarity of performance, it could do very well.
Táncos elemek a gyakorlat fontos részét képezik.
12.733 for August Ingi Davidsson. He was on course to be well up from qualification by about a third of a mark. And she is well up from qualification, 12.5 with an 8.1 execution score. Keisha Lockert, the key difference there, execution up a little, but she lost or got rid of those 2/10 of penalties that she had in qualifying. Alexander Kunz of Germany, 21, from Neulm in Bavaria. Runner-up on the parallel bars at last year's national championships. Didn't manage to get on the podium in any of the finals of the national championships this year. Just a little shy of handstand there, but not easy to tell. And he was low on that landing, but got stability, showing real physical strength. Could have been a full mark gone. He wasn't a million miles away from sitting that down. That was quick thinking and strength and agility in combination from Alexander Kunz.
Diamidov.
.13.5 was his qualification score. We've got a 14.15 from qualification to come. And with only one exception, the difficulty is going to really fly up now. But that's a good save at the end.
On the floor, Charlotte Booth.
To Charlotte Booth from Great Britain. Winner of 2 medals already this weekend and known for her stylish work on floor. Very memorable performance from Charlotte Booth, but unfortunately without the tumbling precision to go alongside the confident choreography. Nonetheless, a very strong senior international debut from the 18-year-old. Whatever happens in this final.
Charlotte Booth, aki az előbb bronzérmes helyen végzett a gerenda fináléban. Az első sorában egy kézen átfordulás, dupla csavart mutatott be. Ez itt egy zsugor dupla szaltó. Láthatóan élvezi, ahogy szerepel talajgyakorlat közben.
Really good work to get the legs up to horizontal. Alexander Kunz scores 13.233. Execution has gone down by about a quarter of a mark from qualifying. That really can be attributed to the dismount. Now we expect this to be a more complicated routine from Edoardo De Rosa of Italy. 13.8 in qualification, 5.8 for difficulty. Very clean performer on this apparatus. This is elegant, good straight lines. Nice arch at the back as he moves into the tip elt. Great toe point as well. Just a little effort to hold that, but he disguised it. And he pikes round twice backwards into that dismount. Well, surely that's a contending display to go into the lead.
Az olasz versenyző tegnap
very smooth.
lólengés bajnoka volt.
I wonder what the execution relationship will be between that and qualification.
És már ez sem volt tőle váratlan, hiszen
overall score was
korábban
13.8.
ezen a szeren junior Európa bajnok is volt. Támaszcserét láthattunk, egy Makuc nevű figurát láthattunk tőle, ez pedig a Healy. Tippelt.
And that's where he had just a little necessity for strength.
És a leugrása, a
double pike was good at the conclusion. Minimal backwards movement. Now Charlotte Booth's score
most pedig nézzük
is
Charlotte Booth pontszámát,
11.966, so that is,
11,966 ponttal.
as expected, a fair drop from qualification where she scored 12.6.
Következő a talajon, next on the floor, Mayer Greta, Magyarország.
Greta Moyer of the host nation on floor, 12.85, the third best in qualifying. Eighteen-year-old Greta Moyer from Hungary, who's competed twice at World Championship level, 3 times at European Championship level. As a senior, after she won 2 medals at the Junior European Championships of 2020.
Szintén ugráson.
12.85 in qualifying. Some good tumbling in this routine, some difficult tumbling. Did go out of bounds quite clearly on one occasion.
Dupla szaltó egész csavarral. Szuplé, egy lábra Rundelflick szuplé. Bocsánat, Rundelflick dupla szaltó volt a második sor. Egyik lábával sajnos kilépett a talajterületen kívülre. És ez volt az utolsó sorról, dupla bicska szaltó.
Eduardo De Rosa is well and truly in the lead, 14.233. His execution is so much better than qualifying. I think so it'll be interesting to see the relationship between the two of them. There is virtually no relationship between the two of them. He's almost half a mark better than the preliminary round. Kerem Şener of Turkey, second best in qualifying with 13.9, but Eduardo De Rosa has changed the game with his performance. But this is the reigning champion of Turkey on the parallel bars. And it's not as though they've had a shortage over the years of very fine parallel bars gymnasts, Turkey. Just saw over the shoulder there of Tonya Paulsen, who's waiting to go on floor. She'll have her warm-up time in just a moment. Oh, now that's unfortunate. He'll lose a full mark there. Kerem Şener. Performs the tip out just to make sure he gets the difficulty credit for it. Repeating it. Dismount slightly jarred. A little forward momentum as a result. Remarkable, that was going so smoothly.
A következő 4 versenyző megkezdheti a melegítést. Second for gymnast may start the warm-up.
Most of the national team, Kerem Şener is at the Aegean University. Studying physical education, they all train together on campus.
Nézzük a török versenyző gyakorlatának visszajátszását. Egy Homma nevű figurát láthattunk. A moly egy kört követően. És ez pedig a leugrás, dupla zsugorszaltó,
we didn't see the first attempt at the tip held, where he came clattering down on the bars, and what's the equivalent of a fall. Moya is in the lead, 12.9.
Ezzel Gréti jelenleg vezeti a versenyt.
Execution a little better than qualification. Laps in progress. We have the top qualifier next, and what's going to be fascinating is whether Tonya Paulsen can keep close to that superb execution score in the preliminary round of 13.2 overall, 8.6 of which was execution. It really was incredibly high. Kerem Şener, 12.5
pontszáma 12,5 pont az előző korlát gyakorlatért.
And that's indicative of the fact that he was on course to be in second place, one imagines, at the halfway stage. Now in the women's floor final, we've got Paulsen next as top qualifier, and we have the second best in qualification as the penultimate gymnast, that's Karina Kroll. And we still have the top qualifier in the men's parallel bars to come, that's Jonas Rushworth.
Melegítési idő talajon letelt, a következő gyakorlatot bemutatja Tonya Paulsen, Svédország.
Tonya Paulsen from Sweden, champion on beam, looking to be champion on floor. Top qualifier with 13.2 and a brilliant 8.6 execution score. He's a gymnast who always exhibits very secure and poised looking dance on floor. Some of the tumbling was tricky, and the execution score is unlikely to be as high as it was in qualification. But nonetheless, it's a competitive performance by Tonya Paulsen. She has joked over the years that she doesn't actually like dancing and performing choreography, but tries to make it look as though she does. And it's been very, very convincing act, because she's one of the most well-regarded dancers out there on the international circuit.
Itt pedig már a második cukahra.
Just had that little loss of stability as she went back upright.
Szaltó, egy lábra rundel, flick, dupla zsugorszaltó, ez kicsit mélyre sikerült, nagyot küzdött érte.
Under-rotated.
A dupla gugolóforgás.
Good stability, moving around twice in the wolf turn.
Korláton a következő versenyző, next on the parallel bars. Mészáros Christopher, Magyarország.
Now, this is a gymnast who's really got the potential to make a mockery of the qualification order. 13.5 in the preliminary round, but with only 7.4 for execution. Christopher Mészáros, a 6.1 difficulty. We expect it to be the second most complicated routine in this final. And he won silver at the last Szombathely World Cup last year. So far, so good. Nice strength in that tip belt. Lovely the way he snaps out of it. Straddle somersault. That is a good performance from Christopher Mészáros. Is it going to be enough? He expects it to be a stronger return on the scoreboard than in the qualification round.
Tegnap már említettem, hogy milyen hosszú
szezonon van túl. 3 times in a row been the all-around champion of Hungary.
Hiszen idén az olimpián is szerepelt, ahol egyéni összetettben a fantasztikus 9. helyen végzett. Tegnap megnyerte a talajdöntőt itt a világkupán.
15th being the floor title yesterday.
Kelep kézállás. Ez pedig egy közteszaltó felkarról. Tippelt mozdulatot láthattuk az ő gyakorlatában is. Ezt követte a Healy. És a leugrás, dupla előre szaltó zsugorhelyzetben egy ellépéssel.
Quite a small landing adjustment.
Most pedig lássuk a svéd versenyző pontszámát talajon.
She leads with 12.933. She's added a little difficulty from qualification. The execution's gone down as a result. So it's a drop of about a third of a mark.
Alejandra Morales Martinez, Dél-Afrikai Köztársaság.
Alejandra Morales Martinez of South Africa, 7th best in qualification, the 15-year-old. this brand new member of the South African artistic gymnastics team, 15-year-old Alejandra Morales-Martinez, a month away from her birthday. As I mentioned yesterday, she's competed twice at the Junior World Championships, or the equivalent, they're called the World Age Group competitions, in tumbling. So she's come from the sport of trampolining into artistic gymnastics. She was actually a gold medalist at the Region 5 Youth Games in Lilongwe, Malawi, a couple of years ago. And you can see the amplitude, the power of her work as a tumbler is of real asset to what she can do on floor. But she was really attacking the choreography as well, and that's an integral part of a floor routine. Really is a great accomplishment when you're at your first ever international competition in artistic gymnastics to do what she's done and make two finals. Well done to her. Second place for Mészáros, 14.066. He's up by over half a mark from qualification, just not quite sufficient to displace De Rosa. Yogeshwar Singh of India, 27 from Haryana State, close to the Himalayas. Twice an all-around finalist at the Commonwealth Games, but in his first World Cup final here. Oh, and he's wayward. A little reset as well. That straddle position, it's vital that the hips be moving in a continuously upward direction in that sort of skill. Yogeshwar Singh, 13.65 in qualification, the fourth best. He's an Indian Army athlete. There's a huge Army presence in his home city of Ambala in Haryana State.
Támaszcserét láthattunk tőle. Majd egy kör. Moly. Támlázó mozdulatok a korlát végén. A tippelt.
That's where the tip help just seems to lose its upward momentum. Going into handstand.
Leugrás a dupla bicskaszaltó hátra.
Double pike was okay at the end, wasn't it? Considering that he had a few issues during the routine, it wasn't a sign of a problematic dismount. Fourth place for Morales-Martinez, 12.366, very close to her qualification score.
Talajon következik. Next on the floor, Karina Kröll.
The penultimate gymnast to go on floor, and the second best in qualifying. It's Austria's Karina Kröll. 12.85 in the preliminary round. 12.933 is the leading score. This could be close. 23-year-old Karina Kröll, born in Filderstadt in Germany. She still lives
tavaly is itt volt a szombathelyi világkupán, akkor is döntőzött
Stuttgart.
és talajon. És
competing now for a couple of years for the Austrian national team, her father being from Austria. And she does actually have 2 gold medals at World Cup level on floor, one in Cottbus and Koper in 2016 and 2017. Nice sequence at the beginning there, the split position turns going into the illusion turn. Unusual. Steps out of bounds, coming out of the pike position.
Kézen átfordulás, előre nyújtott szaltó egész csavarral.
A slightly splayed tuck position. All of these just little features that will contribute to lots of execution marks here and there. But all around that was a very crisply performed display from a very experienced athlete. 11.833. Yogeshwar Singh. So he drops by close to 2 marks from qualifying. Now to the top qualifier.
Jonas
Rushworth of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. He's 18, trains at the acclaimed Leeds Gymnastics Club with Luke Whitehouse and Harry Hepworth. Really did look strong in qualifying. Very powerful work, this. Abzar, first of those I think we've seen in this final. Really well-maintained handstand. Tippelt, again smoothly through to handstand, good geometry. Oh, that seemed to come out of nowhere. He stayed on, but at a real loss to the execution. And a slightly wild approach to the dismount, but he gets it landed. Gosh, there was some beautiful gymnastics there from Jonas Rushworth.
Nagyon anyagerős gyakorlatot láthattunk a korláton, nem hiába első helyen került
successful under 18 British Championships last year.
Aki még csak első éves felnőtt,
very strong at the European Youth Olympic Festival, winning the all-around silver medal and the team gold.
Körből Diamidov, majd még egy kört ezt követte a Bavsar.
Nicely performed Bavsar. By and large, he really hit his handstands. He just had a loss of position at one point. And then I'm sure you could see there at the end, the legs not demonstrating perfect form as he comes round to land, but he lands it. 4th place for Karina Kröll, 12.5. Just a few too many losses of execution.
Talajon Lenny Bole, Austria.
Lenny Bole of Austria. 4th best in qualification. Can she challenge? Last gymnast to go. An effervescent display from Lenny Bola of Austria, the 17-year-old who picked up the bronze medal in the vaulting competition yesterday.
Lenny Bolét láthattuk, aki 2024-ben a Koperi világkupában már második volt ezen a helyen, tegnap pedig ugráson megszerezte a bronzérmet.
Taking third place on the uneven bars. Good form in the pike position, she lands well.
Guggoló forgást láthattunk a versenyzőnőtől.
No issues of stability really there.
Rundel másfél csavar rá szuplé előre.
Landing adjustment.
Dupla zsugorszaltó, gyönyörű rendezett
does well
tartással.
To minimize that little backwards loss of stability. One felt a degree of confidence to the tumbling and confidence to the choreography as well.
Most pedig nézzük
13.066 for Jonas Rushworth. It's down by over a mark from qualification, but a lot of promise in that young man.
És az utolsó gyakorlat a korláton, the last routine on the parallel bars.
Final performer on the parallel bars is from Chinese Taipei, Hung Yuan-si. 13.45 in qualification, but with big difficulty. This could well be the hardest routine that we see. And if he holds his nerve and keeps his form, he could win a medal. He could even win the whole thing. Oh, that was a wild swing. He's well off, yep. Most regrettable. Never really was set in the right position. He has won 2 silver medals on the parallel bars this season. You can see the quality that's in this young gentleman's gymnastics. And he does very well not to let that become an unintentional dismount. Oh gosh, there was some amplitude in that Bavzar. But he's really finding it hard just to get those secure handstand positions. There's a lot that's coming off the execution score, regrettably. Can he hold this dismount? No. It was always unlikely, based on how much strength had gone into trying to hold those handstands, that there was going to be a problem landing. But at least he's okay.
Hung Yuan-si, taipei versenyző olimpikon, és 2024-ben, tehát idén ezen a szeren szerzett már ezüstérmet.
Based on what's happened in the
most nem
interior
tudja
of the routine.
megismételni nálunk.
Feel so sorry for him, because just here and there we saw glimpses of lovely gymnastics. But there, as I'm sure you can see, he's well off and never quite set right to go into handstand there. And it's like all elite level sport, small things make it seem like an athlete is a million miles away from where they need to be. And of course, it's more nuanced than that, it's more marginal. That's another example of it.
A bevsár nagyon szépen sikerült. Most pedig nézzük Lenny Bola
score for Lenny Bola. She's got a medal, another bronze, 12.7. Improvement by 1/10 from qualification. It places her on the podium.
És hölgyeim és uraim, örülhetünk, hiszen Mayer Gréta az ezüstérmes második helyen zárta a talajdöntőt. Gratulálunk Gréti! Most nézzük, Hungary pontszámát 11,766 pont. Ez újabb örömre ad okot, hiszen Mészáros Krisztófer.
Classified results in the women's floor competition. The bronze medal won by Leni Bola of Austria. Silver goes to Greta Moyer of Hungary. And the title won by hundreds by Tonja Paulsson of Sweden, making it double gold for her on this last day of the season. Commiserations to Kisha Lockert of Norway, who got very close to being on the podium in her first international final in an FIG competition. The classified results in the men's parallel bars competition, with bronze won by Alexander Kunz of Germany, silver to home favourite Christopher Mezaros, the Hungarian beaten by fewer than 2/10 by Edoardo De Rosa of Italy, who wins his second gold medal of this weekend.
A gerenda döntő eredményét hirdetem. Awarding ceremony of the women's floor final, ami természetesen a talajdöntő eredménye lesz. Az érmek átadására felkérem Horváth Attila urat Szombathely város képviseletében, Kalmár Attila urat, a Pannonsport Kft. Ügyvezető igazgatóját, és Kalmár Zsuzsát, a Magyar Testnevelési Egyetem tornatanszékének vezetőjét. Medals will be presented by Mr. Attila Horváth, representing the city of Szombathely, Mr. Attila Kalmár, Managing Director of the Pannonsport Limited, and Ms. Zsuzsa Kalmár, Head of Department at the Hungarian Sports University. A talajdöntőben harmadik helyen végzett, on this third place, Leni Bola, Austria.
Bronze again this weekend to Leni Bola of Austria. The 17-year-old has had a very fine competition.
Második lett, on the second place, Mayer Gréta, Magyarország.
Greta Moyer of Hungary wins the silver medal.
Aranyérmes lett, the gold medal recipient, Tonja Paulsson, Svédország.
And Tonja Paulsson of Sweden has had a superb weekend, double gold today, and that added to her silver on the uneven bars. She has been brilliant. I think she'd never won a World Cup medal before this weekend. Now she has 2 golds and a silver. And we'll hear for the second time today the national anthem of Sweden.
Kérem, álljanak föl és hallgassuk meg a svéd himnuszt. Please stand up for the national anthem of Sweden.
The medalists in the floor competition.
Gratulálunk, hölgyeim! Congratulations, ladies! Férfi korlát döntőjének eredményét hirdetem. Awarding ceremony of the men's parallel bars final. Az érmek átadására felkérem dr. Karácsony István urat, a Nemzetközi Torna Szövetség tiszteletbeli tagját, Kelemen Krisztián urat Szombathely város képviseletében, és Berki Krisztián urat olimpiai bajnokunkat. Medals will be presented by Dr. István Karácsony, honorary member of the FIG, Kelemen Krisztián representing the city of Szombathely, and Mr. Krisztián Berki, Olympic champion. Kérem az érmeseket, hogy menjenek fel a színpadra. Korlátdöntőjében harmadik helyen végzett on the third place Alexander Kunz, Németország.
Congratulations to Alexander Kunz of Germany.
Második lett és ezüstérmes, the silver medalist Christopher Mészáros, Magyarország.
Christopher Mészáros of Hungary, the silver medalist.
Aranyérmes lett on the first place Eduardo de Rosa, Olaszország.
And Eduardo de Rosa of Italy is the champion in Szombathely. Double gold for him this weekend. He also won the pommel horse competition. And once again we will hear played for Eduardo de Rosa, Il Canto degli Italiani.
Kérem, hogy felállva hallgassuk meg az olasz himnuszt. Please stand up for the national anthem of Italy.
The medalist in the men's parallel bars competition at the Szombathely World
Congratulations,
Challenge Cup.
gentlemen.
The horizontal bar final, and these are the contenders. The top performer in qualification will be the penultimate gymnast to go, Hungary's Christopher Mészáros. His score was 14 exactly in the preliminary round, over half a mark stronger than Daniel Trifonov of Bulgaria, the second best. But you just never know with a horizontal bar final. Sometimes people do things a little differently. The difficulty can vary wildly compared to qualification. Lorenzo Bonicelli will be the last to go in the first half of the final. So we're very close to beginning now.
melegítési idő letelt. The warm-up time is over.
What a busy season it's been of World Cup and World Challenge Cup action, especially in the context of an Olympic year where the World Cup events were used for qualification for the Games. And now, as we conclude the season in Szombathely, as is traditional, quite a few of those gymnasts who made it to the Olympiad have ended their season earlier, taking some time to recover and ponder their next move. And more immediately, these gymnasts are pondering what their next move is going to be in this last final of 2024. Yogeshwar Singh of India, the reigning national champion on the horizontal bar, will get us started. He was the 5th best in qualification with a score of 12.85. Good fortune to him and all of the rest that follow. Let's hope for an entertaining and close horizontal bar contest in Szombathely at the Arena Savaria. Starts with a good Yamawaki. The straight Kachev, well administered. Big straddle Kachev, this looks nice. Quite a smooth performance overall from Yogeshwar Singh. Can he have a really steady dismount to conclude? Yes, he can. Very nice. The 27-year-old from the great sporting region that is Haryana State, up in the north of the country, famed for its production of great wrestlers. It's got some very tidy gymnasts as well, and that was some very tidy gymnastics from somebody who's competed 5 times at the World Championships and twice been an all-around finalist at the Commonwealth Games. How lovely that the Commonwealth Games has a little certainty to its future now after the great city of Glasgow has stepped in for gymnasts like Yogeshwar Singh. It's wonderful news.
A leugrást megelőző körök és dupla szuplé, egész csavar, apró elszökkenéssel a végén.
Perfectly tidy that from Singh. No real issues. He never looked to be in any jeopardy. We expect significantly higher difficulty to come. But that's good, 13.066. His execution score up by just over 2/10 from qualification. Same difficulty. Really well performed. This was the gymnast who produced the best execution in qualifying.
Daniel Trifonov, Bulgaria.
He's becoming a very tidy young man to watch in terms of his control as a gymnast. It was lovely to see in that vault competition that he played things a touch safer and got the right outcome. Daniel Trifonov of Bulgaria on the horizontal bar. He was the 2nd best qualifier with 13.45, 8.65 of which was execution. That is a very high number for a horizontal bar routine. Good luck to him in replicating it. Very smooth one-arm giant. Not hitting the handstand there though, having to improvise, and he's put empty swing in. But he does get his Kachev performed. More to come, this time from straddle to pite Kachev. Decent pirouette. he dismounts soundly. Unfortunately for Daniel Trifonov, for the vacant swing, there will be quite a lot lost.
Az ugrás döntő második helyezettjét, Daniel Trifonovot láthattuk a nyújtón.
Upright position of handstand and then found himself having to rethink. Started smoothly.
Egy karos kört mutatott be. Sinkiszúrás.
Signs of it were coming there. And there the overbalance forces him backwards, and he ends up having to take a little time just to get his swing back and his position re-established. So the execution, regrettably, won't be close to that 8.65 in the preliminary round.
A pontszáma pedig 11,6 pont.
So he's down by almost 2 full marks from qualifying. He's lost about a mark and a third of execution.
A következő versenyző a nyújtón. The next competitor in the final, Alexander Kunz, Németország.
Alexander Kunz of Germany, 6th best in qualification, 12.75. Competed at the World University Games in Chengdu, China last year. Like Trifonov, he uses the one-arm giant swing early on. His first release and regrass, the piked Kachev, then uses the straddle, so he went the opposite way from Trifonov in how he constructed those release elements. Quite elegant Stolder work. And he was just a little bent forwards as he landed, leading to that quite large adjustment. Alexander Kunz, difficulty-wise, 4.6. That was the lowest of anyone in qualification. So another performance really reliant on exemplary execution.
Sinkiszúrás félfordulattal. Zárt lábban mutatta be a Kacsov nevű szaltós elemet. És ő is dupla szupli, egész csavarral ugrott le, egy egész pici hiányzott a leugrásból, ezért kellett előre lépnie.
Next to go will be Lorenzo Bonicelli of Italy, 8th best in qualifying. But he has the sort of difficulty to move up the leaderboard.
Alexander Kunz pontszáma
12,866 for Alexander Kunz. He's up from qualifying. Difficulty has increased. The execution has dropped. But he's into the silver medal position.
Következő versenyző, next on the horizontal bar, Lorenzo Bonicelli, Olaszország.
Lorenzo Bonicelli of Italy, 3rd place at the National Championships earlier this year. Could make a move because he's got the difficulty to do it. Little off handstand. Yes, that's where the difficulty is to be found. It's in the full twist. And the straight Kachev into the straddle Kachev, connected. This is set apart as the most complicated routine we've seen so far. Oh, it's a beautiful dismount, steady as a rock. Lorenzo Bonicelli. That is likely to be transformed compared to the qualification score.
Lorenzo Bonicellit láthattuk, aki egy rontás éppen a 8. helyen került be a fináléba, várhatóan.
Good all-around gymnast as well, Bonicelli. He was fourth in the national championships. Medalist on the floor and the horizontal bar. Now the legs are a little wild as he puts that full twist in, but it's more complicated than anything we've seen so far. He also is the first to use the laid out or straight Kachev and then connects it into the straddle Kachev as well.
Egy karos kör. És a második 4 tornász megkezdheti a melegítést. Second for gymnast may start the warm-up.
4 more competitors to go, and we're expecting a real change to the leaderboard when this score for Lorenzo Bonicelli comes in. .766, comfortable lead by 0.7. Lorenzo Bonicelli with a difficulty of 5.6, 1/10 higher than qualifying. But what's key is his execution has gone up by almost a full mark. So all of that leads to a gain of virtually 1 entire mark from the preliminary round. Well, I did say he had the potential to move up the leaderboard, but that's quite some move considering he only just got into the final. Well done to him. Of course, one might say, what is a horizontal bar final without an Italian coming in and doing something bold and unexpected? We've produced some wonderful gymnasts on this apparatus over the years. The last gymnast is warming up, Diaz Toishibek, young man from Kazakhstan, who was part of the team that won bronze at the Asian Championships last year, the best ever result by the Kazakhstan team. The one we've really got to watch is Christopher Mizaros in the second half as the top qualifier, who's had a real challenge laid down by Lorenzo Bonicelli, because Mizaros' score was 14, Bonicelli has just scored 13.766. But we can't also rule out the likes of Trebing and Zavary, and indeed Toishibek in terms of their difficulty. So a lot still to come in Szombathely.
A következő versenyző a nyújtó döntőjében, next on the horizontal bar, Glenn Trebing, Németország.
Glenn Trebing of Germany, 4th best in qualification with 13.15. He has already been a World Challenge Cup medalist on the horizontal bar. That was the last time we saw him at this level in Tel Aviv last year. Powerful swing. But he's off on the Kachev. It's unfortunate because the Coleman, the more difficult of the skills, was performed pretty well. So, unfortunately for Glenn Trebing, the full mark goes from his score. We'll wait to see whether he reattempts the Kachev. It's a nice dismount after a problematic routine for Glenn Trebing, the 24-year-old from the centre of Germany, in Kassel.
Alexander Kunzot láthattuk a nyújtón most. Korábban láthattuk a korláton is, ott akkor harmadik helyen végzett a döntőben. Ide hatodik helyen került be. A leugrása neki dupla szupli, dupla csavarral.
What had happened earlier. Now back-to-back Hungarian performances coming up. And a big score for them to attack in that 13.766 from Bonicelli. .166 for Glenn Trebing.
162,166 pont.
Puts him in fourth place. So it is Bonicelli. And then Yogeshwar Singh, Alexander Kunz, 1, 2 and 3 at the moment.
Závori Szilárd, Magyarország.
Szilárd Závori of Hungary, 7th best in qualifying, but with the potential to score much higher than that. It was 12.7 in the preliminary stage. His difficulty gives him room to push this number higher. Kachev's linked. And that went well. Kachev into the ging up. He's quite compressed as he lands, but that's confidently done. It's one of the absolute greats watches on. Szilárd Závori of Hungary. We'll see quite a change from qualification. Good linking of skills going on in that performance. The teenager. We just remind ourselves he's very new to senior international competition. Straight Kachev, straight into the straddle Kachev.
Köt össze Endóból még egy terpesztett kacsovot is bemutat, amire egy ginget köt rá folyamatosan.
Skill created by Eberhard Ginger. Slight sense of form deterioration in the twist position and some clear landing deductions, but that's well performed.
Bocsánat, a szakértők jelezték, hogy tripla csavar volt a leugrásban, én kérek elnézést.
Final calculations. And he's in second place, 13.3 for Szombathely.
Ezzel most a második helyen áll a versenyben.
So the leaderboard changes. Yogeshwar Singh drops into bronze. Bonicelli still leads with 2 to go.
Mészáros Christopher, Magyarország.
Here is the top performer from qualification. Christopher Mészáros of Hungary. His score was 14 in the preliminary round. 13.766 plus would take him into the gold medal position. He won bronze last year in this event. No doubt that he has the raw materials to win this. That's really big work. And then he puts a Coleman in afterwards. Straddle Kachev, clean and tidy. Look at the power in the swing. Effortless looking straight Kachev. He seemed to have so much time in the air. Dances well in the pirouette across the bar. Yes, well, that ought to do it. Christopher Mészáros draws a smile from an Olympic champion. Gentleman who finished 9th in the all-around competition in Paris at the last games. That was excellent. What a nice way to finish his season. Very good case made there for his 6th World Cup gold medal. Opens the body up really nicely at the end of that Kovács.
Ugyanezt bemutatja zsugor helyzetben egész fordulattal, vagyis a Coleman figurát. Nyújtott testű
straight body in the Kachev.
Szép levegős mindegyik repülőelem. És a leugrás, dupla szuplé, dupla csavar, szinte tökéletes érkezéssel.
He knows.
Nagyon szép volt, gratulálunk, Titi.
13.766 is the leading score. And he's changed all of that. 13.9. Christopher Mészáros is in the gold medal position with 1 to go. He's already guaranteed to do at least 1 better than he did in the Szombathely World Cup last year.
És az idei világkupa utolsó gyakorlata következik. The last routine on the horizontal bar. Diaz Toisbek, Kazakhstan.
Now it's not done and dusted in terms of the 3 on the podium because Diaz Toisbek scored 13.45 in qualification and 13.3 is currently holding bronze. That's Szombathely. Above him, Lorenzo Bonicelli, 13.766. Above him, Christopher Mészáros, 13.9. Can the 23-year-old from Kazakhstan elbow his way onto the podium right at the end in this, the last performance of the season? Good effort. Smooth rotation of the glenohumeral joint. And the in-bar skills. Look at the power in that swing as he goes into the dismount. Nice work from Toishibek to conclude his performance. He won his first World Cup honours earlier this season in Koper, Slovenia. Silver on the pommel horse. He's one of the many gymnasts who attempted Olympic qualification through the World Cup route.
Idén volt világkupán, lólengésben második, korláton is döntőzött
tried through the continental route. The reality is that with something like the Olympic Games, so many really tremendous gymnasts don't manage to find their way there. Little loss of form there, certainly.
Kovács szaltó egész fordulattal. Endo.
He twists well as he dismounts with minimal adjustment.
Pontos érkezéssel.
13.3 holds bronze. The execution not quite there for Toishibek. He's in fifth place. The classified results in the men's horizontal bar competition: bronze for Hungary and Szombathely. Silver won by Lorenzo Bonicelli of Italy, who qualified as the 8th best for this final, so that's a great jump up. And Christopher Mészáros of Hungary wins the gold medal, 13.9.
Of the horizontal. Harmadik helyen végzett, élete első világkupaérmét megszerezve. Závori Szilárd, Magyarország.
Szilárd Závori of Hungary wins the bronze medal. Great moment for him this weekend, finishing on a World Cup podium for the first time.
Lorenzo Bonicelli, Olaszország, Italy.
Silver for Lorenzo Bonicelli, his first World Cup honours too.
És a döntőben győztes, az aranyérmes, Mészáros Christopher, Magyarország.
Not the first time for him, 2 gold medals this weekend. Christopher Mészáros of Hungary now has 6 World Cup titles. And it's a lovely improvement for him on the 3rd place finish that he had at the Szombathely World Cup last year. He loves this competition. This will mean a great deal to him in what has been a successful season, a season that saw him stand on the European Championship podium once again, and a season that saw him finish 9th in the all-around competition at the Olympics. And there they are, the medalists in the men's horizontal bar competition at the World Challenge Cup in Szombathely. What a lovely finish for the host nation.